Hi everyone, I'm so blessed. Welcome to my channel. Look at these tomatoes, guys. It's loaded. It is loaded. It has been loaded, but these tomatoes are not turning ripen. Why? Why so many green tomatoes, guys? Well, you might be experiencing this for a lot of different factors. I've got tomatoes that have ripened and some that have not, and these are just like on the other end of my deck because I have a container garden, and these are my larger tomatoes. And you might think, okay, they're not ripening faster because they're larger tomatoes. Well, true enough, certain varieties do take a little longer to ripen, but that's not really my particular situation, and it may not be yours. And so let's go over several factors that could contribute to the fact that your tomatoes are not ripening as fast as you would like them to ripen. Okay, so the first factor may be the temperature. Tomatoes prefer warm but not extremely hot conditions, and we did go through a period of time where it was really considered a heat wave. So the ideal ripening temperatures are between 70 and 85. If the temperatures are consistently above 85, like the heat wave that we experienced, or they are below the 50s at night, then your ripening process is going to slow down. There's a couple of things you can try to do to help with the situation. But if that's your consistent condition for your growing your tomatoes, the ripening process is going to be a lot slower. And as I just mentioned, the variety is another factor. Some tomato varieties naturally take longer to ripen than others. And if you're growing a late season variety, then they may just need some more time. So just be patient. We had a bit of a rainstorm come through here last night. So these plants on this side of the deck are leaning, child. They need to be restructured, and I need to come out here and do something to that. But right now, let's go ahead and get through some of these factors of why our tomatoes may not be ripening as fast as we'd like to. Okay. So light may also be another factor. Tomatoes, they need plenty of sunlight. Okay, just because they outside don't mean they're getting what they need. They need plenty of sunlight to ripen. If the plants are not getting at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight, you've got them shaded, you got other plants around it that's shading it, then that's going to be a problem because the ripening could be delayed because of light, direct sunlight, 6 to 8 hours. Nutritional imbalance is another factor that could be impacting the ripening process. If you have excessive nitrogen in your soil, that can lead to very lush green plants with lots of foliage, but it can slow down the fruit ripening also because there's an imbalance in your soil. So balanced fertilization is important for that timely ripening to happen. Watering is another factor that could be impacting your ripening process. Inconsistent watering, especially too much water, can stress the plant to delay the ripening. So you want to aim for consistent deep watering. I know after the heat wave then came that for my area came a downpour that happened sporadically for over a course of at least 3 or 4 days. So yeah, these babies got drowned. First they got scorched, then they got drowned a little bit a few days after. So yeah, I know that's my condition. You have to assess what's going on with your garden to figure out what might be a factor that's delaying your ripening process. Another factor could be, as you can see, these are heavy loaded, right? There's fruit on all of these tomato plants everywhere. I've got green tomatoes, but honey, I've got a lot of them. So if your tomato plants have a heavy load like these do, It can also slow down that ripening process as the plants are trying to distribute what energy they do have across all these fruits that are on the plant. So I've given you quite a few factors that could be contributing to the slowing down process, but here's some things you can do. I don't want to give you a lot of issues that could be happening and not give you some solutions. So for high temperatures, you've heard it over and over here on YouTube University. Lots of gardeners will tell you to use shade cloth. You can try providing shade during the hottest parts of the day by using shade cloth or some other type of covering to help with that nutrition imbalance. If you have that going on in your garden, in particular your containers where you're trying to grow tomatoes, and you notice that if you're using fertilizers that's high in nitrogen, you need to balance it out by maybe adding some other type of fertilizer that has more phosphorus and more potassium to kind of even it out, because that nitrogen, like I said, is good. It's good for foliage, it's good and for healthy plants, but you need something that's going to feed the fruit now. Okay, we passed that process, right? We established the plant, we got good roots, now we need to feed the fruit. So phosphorus and potassium is what you need to add to your plants to kind of balance it out. If you have a heavy loaded plant, something that you can do is try thinning it out just by removing some of the fruit so that it can focus on the ripening of the remaining tomatoes that you leave on the plant. So hopefully this helps speed up the ripening process for your tomatoes if you try some of these things, such as shading it when the temperatures are when the sun is too intense, trying to balance out the fertilization of your soil, thinning out some of the heavy loaded plants so that the plant can distribute energy to the fruit that are left on the plant so that they can ripen in a timely manner. If not, fried green tomatoes, honey, tastes pretty daggone good to me. All right, guys, that's it for today. I am going to wrap it up and see you guys in the next video. Take care and happy gardening.